Hi, I'm Britany Bock. I work at Pfluger Architects as an architectural staff member, and I'm here interviewing Dr. Lakesha Whitfield of Hutto ISD.
Yes, ma'am. I'm the principal of Hutto High School.
Yeah.
Hello, world.
So can you tell me a little bit about your journey and how you got into the career of being a principal?
Okay. Well, my journey took kind of a different path. I initially started as an architectural engineering major. I started at a community college in Waco, and then transferred to University of Texas here at Austin. And I did that for a few years, but then decided that that wasn't necessarily for me. So then I switched to pure mathematics and added on an education option as well. I've been in education now 19 years, and I started out as a math teacher. I taught math for 9 years at the high school in Pflugerville. And then I came here as the instructional coach for history and for math, became an assistant principal. Then I was the first associate principal of the high school.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And then I went on to be the principal of our alternative campus. And then I was actually the first principal of the Hutto Ninth Grade Center. So I had the esteemed pleasure of opening that campus.
That's great.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, that was a fun project for Pfluger, I know.
Oh, yes. It was a nice learning experience. It was really nice to open up that campus. And so now I did that for 3 years, and now I'm here at the high school.
Mm-hmm. Was there a defining moment between your engineering shift to mathematical and teaching?
Well, a defining moment, I would say, between going from engineering to mathematics, there was a lady who really helped me, a counselor at UT. Her name was Pamela Powell, and the guidance she gave me led me to the UT program. And then as far as me going from being a classroom teacher to an administrator, I love my kids in the classroom, but it's nice being able to shift into administration and be able to affect the entire campus versus my classroom. That kind of helped me make the decision to go ahead and shift into leadership. Yeah, and one day I'll be a superintendent.
Yeah, I'm rooting for you.
Thank you.
So whenever you did shift, you talked to Ms. Powell. Was there any specific advice that she gave you?
Well, I would say she just basically told me to be myself, but also chase my heart and my dreams. And so sometimes you struggle to do certain things, and maybe that's not what you're designed to do. And the thing is, once I finally shifted, it became, not that it was easier, but I felt that that was what I was created to do. So
it's a really cool feeling.
Yeah, it's like when you finally say yes to something, you're like, the weight is lifted off of you because this is where I'm supposed to be. A person recently who entered my life was Dr. Strata Thomas. She was a superintendent here in Hutto for about 5 years. She was a very instrumental lady in me even getting this position, me getting the position at the Ninth Grade Center. Oftentimes we would have conversations about embracing who you are unapologetically. And she taught me that. She was a Hispanic female leading this district, and she showed me that, hey, embrace all of who you are. Because often in education or just in professional fields as women, we try to assimilate or we try to make sure we fit in different types of ways when we need to just be ourselves. Even something as simple as wearing your hair. That's huge, embracing all of who you are. So she gave me the courage to do that.
That's really cool. I know that that's a kind of a big hurdle that I think a lot of us, especially women, face, is kind of stepping up and like getting into the role that you know that you can do. But it's just a really big step. Can you give any guidance? Can you speak to how you did that?
Yeah, so like I said, she was instrumental, but actually I read a book, Sheryl Sandberg, Lean In. She talks about how we as women often take the jungle gym approach. She said jungle gym because we may start here where I do see a position I want, but I need to go and get this learning and understanding before I do that. And so we take this approach where a man may take that approach. And she also talks about we may see a job description and immediately feel as though we're inadequate. And that's not the case. And so just literally reading that book on the plane helped me to say, you know what, I need to not take that jungle gym approach and just go ahead and try it.
Have you ever had any setbacks that had to deal with specifically you being a woman?
So yes, several places I've had setbacks, even with me being a woman, even going back to me being a single teenage mother. I graduated high school on Sunday and had my son on Monday. And so just having now the journey that I thought I was going to take looked drastically different because it wasn't just me. I'm now a mom getting ready to go to college and do all those things. So that wasn't necessarily a setback, but it made my journey look a whole lot different.
Yeah, that's a big shift.
Huge shift. I've also had a situation where I was aspiring to do leadership and different things. I'm going to get a bachelor's, a master's, and a doctorate. And I had a boss who basically did not see the potential in me, and I was literally told to continue to lead from behind.
And that's got to be so disheartening.
Very much so. But guess what? Hey, that uncomfortableness actually worked to my favor because then it made me uncomfortable such that I had to move and seek positions elsewhere. And it actually led me to Hutto.
Okay, so it all
worked out. That's it. Yeah. That's it.
Like being a parent in general is hard. And then to have everything else on top of it is a lot to juggle.
Well,
how do you do it?
Being a single mother, one of the things is I rarely ever said that to myself. Because for me, my interpretation, I was going to always excel because that's what the goals I had. It's just my goals looked a little different in the timing. It took a little longer. But having him, it forced me to say, I have to do this. I have to accomplish this because now somebody's depending on me. Somebody's watching me, and I have to set the example. The longer I keep running my race, but I'm looking side to see what everybody else is doing, I lose momentum. And so once I realized run your own race at your own pace, as long as you get to the finish line, you'll be just...
Yeah, I feel like I personally am always like, okay, the clock is ticking. Whenever I set the clock.
Yes,
I can reset it.
And I love that you said it. You set the clock. We set our journeys and our paths. We control it more than we know. And so once we learn to take the reins, we'll be much better off. You always need to use whatever you're going through and experiencing to learn from it. Don't sit in, don't wallow. We're human, so we may have a moment, but take that as a learning opportunity. Don't allow it to stop you, but allow it to propel you to the next level.
So do you find yourself finding moments trying to instill the same knowledge that we're sharing today into your students?
Oh, that's an everyday thing. I've learned that a lot of my journey, a lot of who I am, I'm able to share that with my students. And they need it because some students need, mothers, some need fathers, some are going through particular experiences. And I've actually experienced some things. And so just being able to speak life into them and let them know it's going to be okay. Just because where you started, that doesn't mean it's where you're going to finish. And so all of that, I bring all of me to work. Yeah, bring all of me to work.
You seem like you love it.
I do.
I can see it on your face and in your actions.
Like when I wake up, my prayer is, Lord, let me lead and follow in the way that you would have me to do and to take care of your children in the way that you would have me to do. And so I live that way every day. And it's tiring, it's taxing, but you got to keep going because it's greater than me.
It's hard to find yourself sometimes. Do you have any tips or tricks on how to find yourself?
That's a good question. I think especially working with high school students, it's always what mom and dad wants me to do. But it's what do you want to do in your inner being, your inner self. Yeah. And be the best you can be because you're the only one.
Yeah.
And I'm telling people that you're fearfully and wonderfully made. And so embrace all of that. Yeah, because being a copy of something never beats the best, which is the original. Yeah.
That's really good advice.
Well, thank you. Outside of school, I'm not crazy 100%, but there's a lot of different versions of me. And so this is Dr. Whitfield. This is who you see at school and in the public. But then there's also Keisha, there's K-Wit, there's family. And so for me, the style is different. What I like to do, I love to shop. I love to dress, I love to read. I definitely go to church a lot, and I like to do a lot of community work here and there. And so I'm learning to enjoy life. One of the main things I really like to do to escape, I love cruises.
I've never been on a cruise.
Oh my, you have to go. It's all inclusive and it's so peaceful. I get the best sleep and I don't feel bad about it because don't ever buy the internet package when you're on a cruise. But I'm disconnected from the world. Now, I'm also learning, too, it shouldn't take a cruise for you to be on vacation. We should create a life that we love so much that you don't have to take a vacation from. And so that's something I'm working on, too. I'm on a peace journey right now.
Yeah, that's a big goal.
It's a huge goal, especially somebody who works day in, day out. But to have that vacation every day, all day, or just create the life that you enjoy.